Imagine this. Your production output changes every day. Yesterday, the machine produced perfect parts. Today, it produces defects. Tomorrow, it may produce something completely different. Operators keep changing settings. Quality keeps inspecting. Maintenance keeps adjusting machines. Production keeps chasing targets. Everyone is working hard, but nothing is predictable. Now, let me ask you a simple question. Can you improve a process that behaves differently every single day? Can you improve something that is unstable? The answer is no. And that is exactly why many improvement projects fails. Before you improve a process, you must first stabilize it. Today, we will discuss why process stability comes before improvement, why many Lean and Six Sigma projects fail, how stable processes become the foundation of operational excellence, and what practical steps every organization should take to build process stability. Let's begin. Hello everyone, I'm Sagar Naik, founder of Swades Quality Management Services. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are discussing one of the most misunderstood concepts in manufacturing. Many organizations want continuous improvement. Everyone talks about Lean, Six Sigma, Kaizen, automation, digital transformation. But very few organizations ask one important question. Is our process stable? Because improvement without stability is like building a beautiful house on a weak foundation. No matter how impressive the building looks, it will eventually develop cracks. The same happens in manufacturing. So let's understand why. A simple example. Imagine you want to improve your cricket batting, but every day someone changes your bat, changes the pitch, changes the ball, changes the weather, changes the rules. Will your performance improve? Probably not, because nothing is consistent. Now, imagine everything remains the same bat, the same pitch, the same practice routine. Now you can identify what works and what doesn't. Improvement becomes possible. Manufacturing works exactly the same way. What is process stability? Process stability means a process performs consistently. The same inputs produce the same outputs day after day, shift after shift, operator after operator. A stable process is predictable. It does not produce surprises every day. It operates within defined limits. Variation is controlled. People know what to expect. That is process stability. What does an unstable process looks like? Let's look at the opposite. An unstable process has different machine settings every shift, different work methods, different raw material performance, frequent machine breakdowns, changing cycle times, high rejections one day, low rejections the next, customer complaints that appear randomly. Nobody knows why today's production is different from yesterday's. That is instability, and instability creates confusion. Why many improvement projects fail? This is one of the biggest mistakes organizations make. A problem appears. Immediately someone says, let's implement Lean, let's automate, let's redesign the process, let's buy a new machine, let's introduce software. But nobody asks, why is the current process unstable? If the foundation is weak, adding improvements only creates more complexity. Improvement cannot fix instability. It simply hides it for a while. So the foundation of continuous improvement. Think of building a road. Would you paint beautiful lane markings before preparing the road surface? Of course not. First, the road must be stable. Then improvements are added. Manufacturing follows the same principle. First, standardize, then stabilize. Only then improve. What are the hidden costs of instability? An unstable process creates many hidden costs. Extra inspection, more rework, more scrap, customer complaints, production delays, emergency meetings, operator frustration, machine downtime, missed deliveries, higher inventory, poor employee confidence. Management spends more time solving problems instead of growing the business. These costs often remains invisible, but they slowly reduce profitability. So let's see some real manufacturing example. Imagine a packaging machine. Every operator adjusts the temperature differently. One keeps at 170 degree, another uses 180, another prefers 190. Every shift has the different settings quality. Sometimes seals are perfect, sometimes they fail. The company starts a Six Sigma project. After weeks of analysis, they realize the real problem. There was never a standard operating condition. Everyone worked differently. The process was unstable from the beginning. Once one standard temperature was established, variation reduced dramatically. Quality improved immediately. No expensive project. No new machine. Only process stability. So why stability builds confidence? Stable processes creates confidence. Operator knows exactly what to do. Supervisors know what normal looks like. Maintenance knows when performance changes. Quality detects abnormalities quickly. Management receives reliable data. Decision making becomes easier. Without stability, every decision becomes a guess. Process stability reduces firefighting. Many factories spend the entire day reacting. Machine stop, material issue, quality rejection, customer complaints, schedule change, urgent meeting. Everything becomes urgent. But why? Because unstable processes create emergencies. Stable processes create predictable operations. And predictable operations reduce firefighting. So, what's the role of standard work? One of the biggest contributors to stability is standard work. When everyone follows the same method, variation decreases, quality improves, training becomes easier, performance becomes predictable. Without standard work, every operator develops a different method. Soon, nobody knows which method is actually correct. So, what is the role of maintenance? Machines also need stability. A poorly maintained machine cannot produce consistent quality. Preventive maintenance, calibration, lubrication, inspection, condition monitoring, these activities don't just protect equipment, they protect process stability. So, what is the role of leadership? Leadership often asks, how can we improve? A better question is, why is our process unstable? Leaders should focus on removing sources from variation, providing clear standards, supporting discipline, reviewing daily performance. Improvement becomes much easier after stability is achieved. So, how world class organizations think? World class organizations don't chase random improvements. They first create stable systems, stable standards, stable equipment, stable training, stable measurements, stable leadership. Only after achieving consistency do they focus on optimization. That is why their improvement lasts. So, what are the practical steps to build process stability? Step 1, document standard work. Everyone should follow the same method. Step 2, control critical process parameters. Don't allow random adjustments. Step 3, maintain equipment proactively. Prevent breakdowns before they occur. Step 4, train every operator consistently. Don't depend on experience alone. Step 5, monitor process performance daily. Identify abnormal variation early. Step 6, solve recurring problems permanently. Don't simply treat symptoms. Step 7. Review process stability before launching improvement projects. First stabilize, then improve. So, let me explain Swadesh insight here. One of the biggest mistakes I see in organizations is trying to improve unstable processes. Improvement tools are powerful, but they are not magic. Lean, Six Sigma, automation, artificial intelligence, digital systems, none of these can replace a stable process. Technology amplifies your process. If the process is unstable, technology simply helps you produce unstable results faster. Always remember, stability comes first, improvement comes next. Every organization wants improvement, but improvement is not the first step. Stability is, because you cannot improve what you cannot predict. You cannot optimize what constantly changes. You cannot sustain improvement without consistency. Stable processes create reliable quality. Reliable quality creates customer confidence. Customer confidence creates business growth. So, before launching your next improvement project, ask one simple question: is your process stable? If the answer is no, start there. Because process stability is not the destination, it is the foundation of every successful improvement journey. If you found this video useful, please like this video, share it with your production team, your quality team, and your leadership team. Subscribe to the channel for practical insights on quality management, lean manufacturing, operational excellence, daily management systems, ISO management systems, and business transformation. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.